Hello, everyone. I'm Gentiana, Program Director of the BBA in Hospitality and Real Estate Program. This video actually is to give you more information about our program. So in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to spend some time explaining why you should select this program and how our courses actually are conducted in school. All right, so let's start. So basically, when a student selecting the hospitality and real estate program, the first questions they ask is why study HRE in a business school. Important things about how I write this in H and RE, because our program basically have two major elements. So in next 30 minutes, I'm going to explain that in detail. So the first question is why in a business school? The main reason is that we are actually integrating this hospitality and real estate program together in Asia. We're the first one. So basically in Asia, you will not see much of the combination of this. You may see that in any other formats by separate them. But for us, we are integrating both concepts together in one program. And we are the only one who offer this in business school. So this is the main reason, because people usually do not know. The second thing is usually people will think about, the quality of the program. So here I'm going to list out to you of a very encouraging news is first of all, our program is an AACSB accredited program. So that means it is known worldwide. AACSB actually is a most recognized form of accreditation institution, and they basically do that for the top business program in the world. So we are actually a accredited program by AACSB. The second one is we are actually accredited by RICS. So what is RICS? And actually it is British Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. So basically students, after they graduate from our program, they will be able to have a fast track process of within 2 years. They will be able to take exam from RICS and become a surveyor. So this is a very important information that students, when they select our programs, they know that there's a possibility that they select the RE stream, then they can become a surveyor one day. All right. So the third thing is, of course, we are a UNWTO TEC4 accredited program. So the program actually, this organization is very concerned, of course, UNWTO, right? So concerned about ethics and concerned about quality of the tourism education. So they will come to our program and do, audit and all that. So in our program, that becomes our most of our courses. We add a lot of ethics in between to help students understand that besides doing business, ethics is also very, very important. So that is another thing. The last thing is our program, of course, we have two elements. So we have H and we have RE. So for the H part, actually, as we don't really send students for a lot of operational job. So they may end up in doing a lot of marketing or revenue, kind of job. So how they know how to do market study is very important. So we actually allow students, and we actually pay students. We let them to do a CATA. CATA is a certificate in advanced hospitality and tourism analytics. Analytics actually is a very important trend in the world right now. So students collect all kinds of data, but how you analyze them, how you interpret them is very important. So this is one of the examination we help them to go through, and they will be able to work on a 40-page presentation. And so more or less they acquire that skill set, and in the future they will be able to assist their employer in their job. So this is somehow I will show you the professional recognitions that our program will be able to provide you when you graduate, when you study and graduate from this program. So the next question is about what our HRE will be able to offer you, when you study in our program in the next 4 years. So the first thing is I usually very proud of is our diversified learning opportunity. And a lot of people knows that our program is not just, sit down and learn all the theories. Of course, we are a business program, so we have a lot of theories and models we need to cover. But then how we apply them and how we put them into practice, that is the most important part. So the diversified learning opportunity is to show, students to different, actual practices. So it is not really focused only in one lodging. So you will see in this wheel, your understanding maybe focus only in hotel school, actually is only study, things related to hotel, but it's not. So you can see from here that we, besides covering the industry of our lodging, we also cover MICE. Okay, so MICE is a lot of students are very interested in events. So this will cover events, a convention, expositions, and all that. So this is a possible industry that you can enter in the future after you study. Of course, food and beverage. We have in our facilities, we have 2 restaurants and a huge kitchen. So students will be able to do the practice and try out different concepts and run the business. And so later in here, I'm going to show you how we do that. And also this is the real estate industry. So in real estate industry, actually, is we have land developers and consultation investment. So you will see that it's not necessary only focus in leasing. A lot of people thought that real estate is selling flats and do leasing, but you will see that there are a lot more. So I will show you also where our students goes, okay, through later in this video. And then, of course, travel, because tourism, basically you start from travel, right? You take your plane and take your bus and take your railway in order to reach another destination. So we touch a lot, in this. And so we do have one class, it's called air transportation. So it is a very interesting, area students get exposed to this transportation. And then, so of course, here you will see a recreation. So it is about theme park. So this year we actually have one of the course we take students out, for to see different attractions, and we are talking about that course is about attractions marketing. So we show them around to different destinations. We took them to NP 360, and we take them to Disneyland and go to M+ in West Kowloon district. So basically, cultural center, West Kowloon cultural center. So these are actually, you will feel that besides knowing the industry, we all actually physically take them, for a lot of site visits. So this explains, why I mean that it is we provide you a diversified learning opportunity. All right. So so how we do this? Basically, we have 2 streams. So as a HRE, so as in year 3, students will need to select and then focus in either in hospitality or real estate. So sometimes the students will say, well, I actually do not want to just focus one. Can I do 2? So I put it here that you can actually, if you have time, you plan well, basically you can do 2 stream, which is, we call that a double major. So in here, I lay out to you at the bottom, that is the first 2 years in the blue area, students select. Students actually, these are the courses. They need to learn, all the basics of business. And then they move up to year 3 and year 4. To hospitality and real estate. So hospitality and real estate focus more in, you will see here, hospitality organization behavior. We learn a lot about service management. We did something about revenue management and marketing, designing, and managing customer experience. So for real estate, we start from finance. We learn something about investment. we talk about valuation and of course facilities development. And this one actually is quite advanced in the sense of global real estate management. So you will see that in the focus is very different. So sometimes usually in around May time, I will invite students come back to our school, and I give them more concepts with mini lectures and more concepts on individually on hospitality and real estate. So if you have interest, maybe later, watch out our email invitation, and you can come to our school and have more experience in this true stream. All right, so next I'm going to show you how our students learn in our environment. The first thing is we do provide many different facilities for our students to learn. So first of all, we have a higher Regency, which is next door, and it is a teaching hotel that our students can go over and do internship. But at the same time, I invite their senior executive team to come over to our classes, and sometimes they will take over one course, and sometimes they become our guest speaker. So students get a wide variety of experience, directly from our industry partners and directly from the hotel industry. We also have 2 restaurants, one on number 5 and number 4. These are actually on the 3rd floor and the 5th floor in our building, the CYT Zhang Yutong building. And they get to learn the F&B courses. But at the same time, these are actually running our own business, and we are serving customers. So it is a real business for students to try out and experience. We also have a higher learning center, which is students can do different kinds of workshops. So besides showing that we have all kinds of facilities and how the students also learn, in other activities. So here I just mentioned we go to different sites for different site visits. We have talks, in their venue. We look around the sites, and then they get the actual experience and understand the concept directly. So these are some, we have many different courses. We have a study tour, and we have a site visits. And study tour, before the COVID, we actually bring students overseas and to look at different perspectives, possibly sustainability, smart cities, and all that. So it is a very, very interesting physical experience in different venue. So of course, we also have overseas exchange. Students love to go to other university to do the exchange. And in a minute, I will show you in our own program, we do have a different exchange program that students will be allowed to transfer back their credits to our program. So this is also another thing that you can look for. We have internship in different industry. I will show you some of the company names in a minute. And so it is a credit bearing. In summertime, students will work 400 to 480 hours, which is 10 to 12 weeks of internship in different companies. And we do require them to do 2 internships. So basically they get exposure to different positions, different companies, and learn from a different working environment. So to acquire, to understand more of their interests, okay, before they make their final decisions for their career. Okay, and lastly is here in the photo, you will see that we call that a networking day. So a networking day actually is more like a career day that we will show students all over, connect them with our industry partners. And the industry partners come to our venue and they do exhibitions, and students go over and shop around to talking to our industry partners and looking for possibly internship or looking for jobs. So this is a very, very important event that we hold this every year. And students are the main helpers, our organizers, that they arrange the whole event, and they acquire, in between, a lot of experience throughout. All right. So of course, besides learning, from all active, you can hear now there's a lot of actions going on. Our center, we have two centers. One is led by Professor Lisa Wan. She actually is focused more in hospitality. So her research focused more in space tourism and service robot. So this is quite, trendy and a very updated topics, right? So in the sense, you get to know that in our program, you get exposure, to all these are very, very up-to-date concepts and learn directly from our professors. And of course, I also have a Professor Desmond Zhang. So he's more focused in real estate. So he and his team do a lot about real estate research. And so the hot topics that you can hear about PropTech, you can hear about ESG and NFT, all this are all related to our professors' research. So students also get to learn a lot. So what I'm saying is, besides a lot of actions, we have a lot of strong research-based publication, and our students will be able to learn directly, okay, with the very, very up-to-date information. All right, so now you know a little bit about the program. So let's see something about interest you about the exchange program. The exchange program, we actually have 4. One is a Cornell. So this Cornell information actually, we send our top for 1% students will be nominated. And we have a full scholarship, which is issued by Rosewood hotel groups, and we send the students being sent will be our Rosewood scholars, and it is a full scholarship, which is $350,000, which is a massive number, and to study in Cornell University for 1 semester. So it is a highly competitive program. Students apply, and then we interview by the Rosewood Hotel groups, and then we select 2 students, and they go to Cornell to study 1 semester. The credits that they study there can be transferred back to our program. So in the sense, the 4 universities I'm mentioning here are the programs that students can directly transfer their program back, and they do not need to defer their studies. So this is one of the very, very important advantage. Students actually apply for the exchange program in hotel school. But of course, there are many other exchange program in our university. And if you don't like any of these universities, you can always go to our university, CUHK. We offer so many different kinds of exchange. So the possibility is still there. So another second one is Asia Pacific Hospitality Management Program. So this program actually is quite unique in the sense it is not 1 semester, it actually lasts for 2 semesters. So the first semester go to Mahidol, Madiho University. The Madiho University actually is in Thailand, and after they study 1 semester, they come back to Hong Kong to for term 2, and then they go again to Australia, UQ for another exchange. So basically, the students get accepted for this program. They will go out twice and study in different universities, which is belongs to the Asia Pacific realm. So this is also a very, very unique one. Third one is NUS, so National University of Singapore. But this one actually is students who are really interested in real estate stream. Then they can go for this university, Singapore, NUS, and study 1 semester there, which is also very highly competitive in the sense for real estate students, real estate focused student. Okay, so the last one actually is APU. Now, APU actually is in Tokyo, in Fukuoka. So in Fukuoka, Fukong, okay. So their semester started in April. So which is quite different from the Hong Kong semester term period, which is very different. We start in January. So in order to make up some of the time that students get use of the full experience, we actually negotiate with Park Hyatt in Tokyo, and students will be able to go there and study 3 months internship. So remember earlier I said we require students to do internship, right? So within a Japan tour, they will be able to spend half year in Japan, first to start with the internship, and then to continue with the exchange. So this is a very, very interesting combination. We call that a combo that we plan out for our students. So this is somewhat that some of the other non-academic, well, I should not say non-academic, as a non-curriculum related, but yet you'll be able to experience, go away to other universities to try out. So this is our exchange program for your information. Okay, so besides exchange, we actually every Friday, this is somewhat that I'm very proud of. We invite a very top speakers from different company, from different industry related to our study, of course, to come to our venue. So on the right bottom, you will see that this is our lecture hall. All years of students from year 1 to year 4, they all sit here every Friday, listen to our speakers, and then basically, I show this to students. They are our MC. We have MC program, train our students to become a professional MC, and they go on stage and the floor stairs. They take care of the whole logistic, and they start up with the introduction. They control the whole overall flow. They facilitate the Q&A sections. So students sitting there, they will raise their hands to ask questions at the end, and they need to do homework, after do assignments afterwards to write about the speaker's speech. So this DSS actually is one of our very unique elements in our program, because we, besides learning, we actually connect our industry partners frequently for our students. So imagine within one semester, you have get in touch with 4 to 5 speakers, and all over that 8 semester, within that 4 years, you will meet actually around 30 to 40 speakers from different industry in the sense. So that is actually a great connections, for students to expand their understanding of the industry. And so this is one of the very important events. So in the future, if you are interested, to join our study in our program, you could be one of them. Become the MC and stand in front of a few hundred people, and then, speak confidently. So that is really, really a great opportunity to train up your confidence, train up your everything, everything. Okay, so all right. So besides that, we also do a lot of career development services for our students. I do have a career service center. The career service center actually arrange internship for our students, help them to get a better graduate placement, a career after they graduate, get a better job. And also, if throughout the process, we help them to make them look prettier. I always say I love students to look good, so we arrange a makeup workshop. So we arrange a personal branding workshops to help them understand more about themselves, understand how people do the interview and how they should behave, in an interview. So we help them to go through the process. We invite alumni also to come back and to do sharing, so students will be able to understand more closer, to their age with their CNCJ, so senior students who graduate already, and how they get their jobs, and what is the real world like. Of course, we also this is something that I think is really benefit students, because when you go out and take your own Instagram Instagram photos and all that, it does not look that nice, right? So we basically arrange a professional photographing sections for our students. We help them pose and take a very nice photo like below here. And so you can post up in your LinkedIn, and you can put it, for your application. So this is somewhat like, besides normal curriculum support, we also do, a well-rounded, student upbringing, student image building support. So this comes to the career prospect. So basically, in the beginning, I showed that we do not just focus in hotel. So the industry that you are going to work is not necessarily just hospitality. So you will see hospitality is 28%, but basically we have around 22 as to work in a real estate company. and the rest of them will be somewhat like this for your information. You will see the diversified industry coverage that students will be able to work. So this program do not limit you to work in just one, but then we give you a focus. So this is the juicy part about this is you have your own choice. You can work in something that you want, but then it is very focused in the industry that we give you more inside story and instead of just a normal business, right? So this is somewhat think about that. All right. So imagine your future where you want to work. You have many choices. All right. So these are some of the area that our students work. Our students actually during the internship time, they have free summer. And so we have, of course, we have different kinds of hotel that they are our strong partners. So we partner with them, but I cannot list out all of them. So just bear in mind that I just list out some of the companies, some of the hotels, or some of the company names that you know. But of course, we have a lot also that we offer. And so it could be related to a hotel. It could be related to real estate company, developers, and on many others hospitality related industry, for example, theme park, attractions, tourism board, marketing department, events company, and a consulting company. So these give you some sense of what companies that students can work as their intern and work in the future as a career. So lastly, I want to explain and I show a little bit to you is our fresh graduate, the first jobs that they can get, what are the possibilities. So you will see that they can work in directly as an MT in hotel groups, or they can place directly to a department in a hotel, or they can work in the bank, luxury product, and investment bank. But for real estate, you will also see that there's a diversified type of jobs. It can be MT, it can be valuation, it can be strategic. So this will give you some sense of the jobs that is possible, that this is the first job. So I put 2021 because last year the fresh graduate, so I put down here to give you some sense. So this year, maybe later I can update more. All right. So besides normally placing to a company, our students are able to start up their own business. So for example, like Ivan, he graduated long ago, 10 years ago. After work for a few company, he actually now have his own company. So he have his gin. He is doing his locally made craft gin. So he have his own brand. It's called the Two Moon Distillery. His brand is called Two Moon. Okay, all right. So it's a very interesting. He always, very active alumni. He come back to share with our students and how to, to build his own business. I have Anchorage. He graduated a few years ago, and he already has his own baking company. And he and his mom actually have his own baking company, and he's very successful. And if you type in the web of a baking maniac, you will see a lot of his beautiful baking product, and I love his creativity and his artistic sense. All right, and then I have Jovian. Jovian, he has his own cafe, so he opened his 2 restaurants already, and basically from here you can see they are making coffee. But his company, his cafe actually is focused more in latte arts. So when you go to eat in his cafe, besides having a simple menu, the focus is that they are playing a lot with latte art. So if you love this kind of artistic sense, you can. This is some of our students, are able to output, when they graduate. These are the possibilities. Okay, so how about non-food things? Lucas actually here has his own VR company, and his VR company actually he's at this camera. By clicking one button, he's able to do a 360 degrees video of the whole venue, and then people, when they're looking at the VR, you can move around. And so in our courses, we have integrated a lot of VR application with Lucas' help. And we produce for different courses. We have a shopping mall courses, shopping mall course. And there are many different shopping malls and interiors as done by through EBR, and students will be able to virtually have a walk, through them, and teachers will be able to teach a certain concept. And for many other of our courses, like my hotel course, lodging course, I also did that with hotel, and students will be able to look at the surrounding and before, they really pay a visit to the physical one. So there's a lot of learning going on with technology. And this is also our, students, they basically are the one who's producing this. Okay, so lastly, I want to explain a little bit about the arrangement of interview. So for JUPAS, if you're JUPAS, I already set the date on June 5th to June 8th. That is the week for admission interview. So once you finalize your admission, your final choice on, I guess, is the last day of May, then we have the full list. If you select us in band A, must be band A. Okay, so does not matter. So we would take all band A students and we invite them for admission interview physically in our CYT building, Zhang Yutong building. All right. So this is for JUPAS. For non-JUPAS, if you are GCE or if you are doing IB program, if you are doing many different programs, I guess you start your applications already now on the web and through internet. And I will, once it's finished the application deadline, I will start to invite you for Zoom interview, or if you are actually located in Hong Kong, I will definitely invite you to our campus and I will talk to you face to face. So individually or sometimes on a group interview. So for non-JUPAS, if you are non-JUPAS applicants, please watch out your email from December to February. I will constantly invite you for interview. So, all right. So these are some of the exciting part is if you are doing really well in your exam for DSE, these are the possible scholarships that will release. For university, basically, there are highly recognized students with a lot of 5-star, but business school, we also top up this, okay? So that's a lot of money, I always say, okay? And starting from this year, if you, no matter what subject, you have achieved 1 5-star, you also get a, I believe, as a 5,000 issued by our university as ambition scholarship. And for hotel school, if you enter to our program, we'll also top up that. So there's a lot of money. So work hard. And if you have any issues or any concerns, always write to me. Okay, so we can explain more. And also for non-JUPAS, of course, we also highly recognize students who with a very good exam result, no matter it's a GCE or A-level. So if it is you get this, so you can I will not read it out, so you can see from here. Okay, so business hotels, this is issued by business school. For hotel school, we also top up. So if you get 38, so business school give you a 5,000, I will give you another 5,000. So basically there's a lot of good scholarships structure going on this year. So I hope that this will become a attractive point that you also work hard, and if you are interested in a program that we can discuss further. All right. So lastly, I want to show you the excitement of how our students join our program. Just now I talked about we have a lot of diversified learning environment, and this is also you see how active our students can get. I'll show you a little bit of our Chinese CU culture, CHK culture, and our students. Sorry, forgot to share. All right, so I hope that this video will give you sufficient information. Of course, I do have many different workshops in between from now and until you finish your DSE, finish all your exam. And then usually will be in May time, I will start to invite students to come over to our program and to our campus, to our facilities and experience a mini lecture of our program. So for now, I leave it here as my contact, gentiana@baf.chuhk.edu.hk. This is my email. And please feel free to write me. And in the future, if you have people knows about me, I respond to all email. I never miss anyone. So if you are parents, if you are teachers, also welcome, to write to me. I actively go to different high school and go to different school and conduct talks. I don't mind, whether your students are, how many of your students are interested to our program, but at least, they get more exposure to understand the information of our program. So I would definitely, go to different school and conduct talks. So if you are teachers or if you are parents, feel free to also contact me and we can explore further of the possibility. All right. So thank you very much to watch this video. If you have any information, feel free to write to me. Thank you. Okay, I will just stop here. All right. I look forward to see you sometimes, in our program. Okay.